Hello, this is Tom with J G Contractor Services, and what we've done with this project in the city of Dallas is installed a bowl sink. Very, very nice, modern looking. A few things you have to take care of is make sure your spacer is properly installed, solid and tight, and your faucet is tight, and you have your hot and your cold lines proper. And that when you install, you usually have 1.25 inches coming out of a sink like this, and the normal plumbing coming out of the wall is 1.5 inches. So the best thing to do when you work on a bowl sink is to take and cut as far back as you can. Here I went right before 45, and then I just zigzagged it because you have a height difference because you're dealing with a sink above the countertop, not below. You have a thin-walled 1.25 inch stem coming off, and you have PVC which we are working with, and a different size. So we're going for 1.5 PVC to 1.5 thin, and then you have an adapter ring to 1.25. So the best thing is to either have a plumber or someone who's qualified to install, or just allocate enough time to figure out what you're going to do, because you're working with a couple different plumbing tube categories along with different sizes and heights. And then depending upon where the faucet will be, you have distance to deal with. And a lot of the parts that come out of these are compression fittings. So what we have here is a combination of braided line, which has compression on one side, and flared fitting on the other. And that goes into the copper. So since the distance would not allow a braided line to work all the way to the valve, I cut and flared the copper tube, and then I purchased the combination braided line that had the compression fitting on one side and the flared fitting on the other. So there's a few different things to consider. The type of plumbing you're dealing with, what's coming out of the wall. Here we had PVC. Then we go to the thin walled, and we go up to 1.25, and the height's different. So your trap has to be level with the exiting pipe. Second is your water source. How far is it away? Can you purchase prefab lines that will reach? If not, then you have to work with going with what you have existing, because when you have a valve, normally they're soldered. So that's fixed. So you have a fixed inlet, which is a flared fitting. And then you have to deal with the compression fitting. So we have a combination of flared and compression, longer distance, different type of plumbing pipe, height difference, and pipe size difference. As you see, it does work. It doesn't leak. If your kit does not come with the spacer, be careful on the thickness of the spacer, because you may purchase a spacer and your neck may not fit. Anyways, this went well. There were some small issues. We have a nice clean look. If you have any questions on installing plumbing under sink, under bowls, email me at tjgcontractorservice@yahoo.com.